But I just don't feel that your personal life should get in the way of what you got going on inside the classroom. So no telling what, what I'm saying, the hobbies are going to be outside of teaching. And it's good to find a hobby when teaching because teaching can literally drain you. Now where I do think she went wrong was when she added students into her video. I think that was just like you definitely overstepped your boundaries. Um, especially with your name being Drippin' Honey,
Well,
and you got kids in your video, and she was like cursing and stuff, like she was literally, and the kids was back there, gang banging and stuff. Yeah.
but I thought the video of the kids being in it came after she was fired, though.
Yeah, it probably did, but I still think that's inappropriate
Yeah, okay,
because
gotcha.
now you're suing them for
Yes,
doing this to you. But now you just gave them more leverage to say, you can't come back in that classroom. How
gotcha.
did you think this was okay? And maybe you thought it was okay because you felt like you were trying to prove a point. But man, when I say, like, as a teacher and a high school teacher in itself, and being young and black as a high school, these kids literally, especially if you're a cool teacher, these kids are going to literally like come to you for everything, relationship wise, all of this.
I'm never in the middle, so I never straddle the fence on anything. And I don't know if that's a gift or a curse on my part. But I feel that the teacher should not have gotten fired if she was keeping everything separate.
Mm-hmm.
I do think her mess up did come after she was fired because she had a better chance of probably winning the lawsuit, or which I don't know if it's still going, but she has a better chance of winning the suit if she would have just kept it where it was. Okay, I put this out, had nothing to do with the kids. I dropped this video for Drippin' 101. Parents saw it, complained about it, they fired her, and just left it at that. But now, yes, like you said, they do have the leverage now because she reacted off emotions.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I do feel like the school board should have supported her more because you wouldn't have known about the damn music video if the parents didn't say nothing. And everything was good because y'all actually gave her teacher of the month or whatever it is. I think it was teacher of the
Mm-hmm.
month. Yeah, she got teacher of the month. So you got one of your best teachers, teacher of the month, but just because on her part time or off time she decides to do some, rapping. I don't understand, how you just say, okay, we're just gonna let her go. We're just gonna fire her. And so, and then when it comes to the parents, at the same time, I have an issue with the parents of this generation because we put too much emphasis on everybody else raising our kids instead of us. So you really thought
preach.
like how much of that video that teacher did, how much did you think that influenced your kid? When you have kids on the phone, like my kids on the phone all the time, and I constantly like, get out the phone. We go out to eat at a restaurant. I just look around, seeing everybody. And it ain't just kids, you got adults to do it. And so my thing is that, kids are being influenced from a plethora of stuff. So I really don't think, like basically she's like a needle in a haystack. You got a whole haystack of things that is influencing those kids. But you really felt like, okay, well, we're gonna fire probably one of our best teachers. What should, a lot of times we do stuff and I'm like, what is the end? Like, what was the end game? What was the end game? You fired this teacher You got students now that probably connected with the teacher that had nothing to do with music. You now have taken that teacher out of that child's space. What was the reason? What was the point? Like, what was you trying to accomplish?
You know, it's a little different. The situation is a little different, but you know, people do feel like they can. Parents definitely feel like they can run the teachers' lives, and it gets to a point where you know, I had to think about it, and I'm like, do you understand how you affect how you are affecting someone's livelihood? That clearly could have kids, could have a home, all of that. You worried about the wrong thing. The teacher's still in the classroom teaching, still getting good evaluations, all of that. And you worried about what they got going on outside of the school. When the school bell ring, they leave and they taking care of some other stuff because, hey, I don't get paid enough. So I'm trying to do what I want to do and enjoy what I want to do. So I'm going to do this. And people don't understand that parents are very, very, the education system have allowed parents to have more say so than teachers.
Okay. Now, did you change the name? Like, not the name of the podcast, but your name being used